Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Melissa, and in today's video I'm going to be setting up my budget and debt tracker for June 2023. So if that interests you, keep on watching. So with setting up my budget and my debt tracker for June 2023, I like to use the two pages that are following my weekly spreadsheets in the monthly layout of the Happy Planner. And I like to keep it very functional with minimal decoration. So what I like to do is I like to pull in stickers from Sarah Marie Stickers. It's an Etsy shop, and I'll have it linked down below in the description box for you guys. And so I'm going to be using this budget kit, and I'm only going to be using the budget and debt tracker from that kit. And then I'm also going to be maybe possibly pulling in some of her washi strips and some leftover washi strips, these two yellow ones in particular, from a previous kit that I showcased here on my channel. And I'm also going to be possibly pulling in some washi tape that I pulled from a Amazon washi tape set that I purchased. So like I said, anything that's available and anything that I use or showcase or talk about will be linked down below in the description box for your convenience. So that being said, I'm going to start here with the budget side. And to do that, I'm going to pull my budget. And what I like to do is I'm going to take the budget strip here, and I'm going to simply line it up with the top corner and side of the page as best I can. Okay. And then I'm going to take it down and lay it down as best I can. And if I have a little bit of, white showing at the top, it doesn't really bother me or anything like that. So you'll see that I have a little bit of space here available underneath, or a white space, I should say, right underneath that budget strip. So that's where I'm going to be pulling in these two yellow leftover strips from a previous kit. Okay. And I like to use, my products as much as I can, trying not to let anything really go to waste in my planner supplies. So, all right, so we're going to just line this up with the edge and then lay it down right directly underneath that budget. Look how nice that looks. All right, so I'm going to try to take my washi cutter here, and I'm going to line it up right there and then just rip that off just like that. Okay, and then set that off to the side. And so with my budget kit and everything, I like to keep this space here available. And the reason why I do that is because I like to have like my starting balance up here, and it just makes it a little bit easier for me just with how I like to budget personally, okay, in my budgeting system. And so next, I'm going to come over here to the budget kit, and I'm going to pull up this income type strip. And then, like I said, leaving that blank space there for my starting balance. I'm going to line this up here with the side of the page and then lay it down right in between those next two lines. And it fits perfectly on that page, just like so. Okay? And then I'm going to leave I'm going to leave 4 spaces because I do get paid 3 times this month. And then I'm going to take the total income, okay? And I'm going to lay this right down at the edge and then lay this out right in between those 2 lines again. Okay. And then this is where I'm going to bring in some washi, and I'm just going to use this as basically just kind of like a separator between this income section and then my next fixed and variable expense sections. Okay. So I'm going to just pull this washi tape up here. And I'm going to kind of center it in the middle between those 2 lines. And it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just kind of using this as kind of like a little bit of decoration, but more so for, division between the 2 sections. And I just like to do this personally in my, planning style for my budget and debt tracker, just because I think I just like the division of the sections, and then 2, just, brings in a little bit of pretty decoration, I guess you could say. Okay. And now we're going to come over here, and I like to lay my fixed expenses over here. So we're going to pull out this fixed expenses strip here. And then we're going to line it up this side of the page again. And then lay it down between those two lines, okay? Just like that. And then for my fixed expenses, I usually leave, I think I need 9 spaces. So we're going to come over here to that fixed expenses total. We're going to count down 9 and then drop this down. And look how nice that looks. Very nice. Okay, now we're going to turn our page to the side and we're going to lay down our variable expenses. Okay, and what I like to do here is I like to line it up as best I can, kind of with like whatever preceding ending to like the strip or the washi tape that I laid down before. And then I just simply lay that down just like that. Okay, and then for my variable section, I only need 3 spaces and everything. So we're going to count down 3 and then lay down our total strip. Okay, and once again, we're going to be lining up to the best of our ability using the previous washi strips or strips for kind of like a guiding point, and then lay that down. And if it's not perfect, it's okay. You know, we can work with it. Okay, and I think just to kind of make things a little interesting this time around, instead of just using my pen to mark down the line, I'm going to use the washi strip here as kind of like a little bit of decoration for dividing between the variable and the fixed section. Okay, so I'm going to just take this down just like this, just kind of going over it really gently with my finger, and we're going to come down this way, lining it up right here, and then just ripping it off like that. Okay, and it looks really nice. I like that. Nice and clean, I like to say. All right, and then we're going to come in with this washi tape again, and we're going to line it up in between the 2 lines right here underneath the fixed expenses total strip. Okay, we're going to cross the page and just take our finger along it. Okay, and then bringing our washi cutter, lining it up, and then ripping that off. Whoop. Okay, and then what I'm going to do here is this is where I'm going to leave, I like to leave spaces here for, this is my subscription section. So I like to keep track of like what I'm paying for my subscriptions and what subscriptions I have on a monthly basis, because if at any time I like to reevaluate or kind of, you know, think about like, oh, I could get rid of that subscription, or oh, I could take on another one, you know, I have that space to kind of keep all of that in mind. Okay, so before I do anything else, I'm going to leave 4 spaces and we're going to lay down some washi. Okay, well, actually I'm going to leave 5. Yeah, we're going to take this down and take it across just like we did previously, and then just take your finger over it. Okay, and then again with our washi cutter, we're going to bring it over here, lining it up, and then just ripping that off. Okay, and that looks nice. And now the last line down here, I like to use the total potential savings and actual strip. So we're going to just simply pull that up, and we are going to lay this down on the edge of the sheet and directly right up against or just overlaying that top line. Okay, and there we go. And this so far is what we have for our budget. And now we're going to bring in our erasable gel pen with a ruler, and now I'm going to just simply mark in the lines for the different sections here. Okay, so we're going to have this one, you know, for the estimated. And what I like about these gel pens, erasable ones, is if it goes over a little bit, you can simply erase it out of the way. I love these pens. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing for the actual section. Okay, and then for the plus and minus. Okay, and now we're going to come down here to the fixed expenses, and we're going to be drawing in the line as well. We're just lining up our ruler. Okay, and then doing the same thing here for the variable section. And this one I'm going to take it over the total strip and everything, just because there's just one line here for the budget, actual, and plus minus. I really want to make sure that I'm dividing that section appropriately. Okay, just like that. Okay, and then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take my ruler and I'm just going to keep this here, and I'm just going to do little dash lines and everything for the different, to kind of divide up listing all my little subscriptions here in this section. Okay, I think, oh, and I'm forgetting one more thing here. All right, and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to actually take this actual line. I'm going to line up the ruler here again, and I'm going to take this straight down. Okay, because what I like to do in this little section here, right underneath my variable expenses, this section I like to use for listing out my like weekly check-ins. Okay, so in this weekly check-in section here, I like to do like a weekly kind of tracking and everything of how much money I have left at the end of the week on a Sunday to cover any kind of upcoming expenses the previous week and so on and so forth. So for example, this first check-in week and everything here for June, it would be June 1st through June 4th, because Sunday ends on a June 4th, and then I would write down the remaining balance here, and I just keep going that way throughout the end of the month. And that's just how I personally like to do my budget system. You don't have to do it this way, but I like to just share with you like what works for me, just to kind of maybe give you some inspiration into how you can maybe incorporate some things and everything into your own system. But like I always say, if you have a system that works for you, keep doing it. Don't change it, just keep with it and everything, because you don't want to, if you have a system that works for you, makes no, difference or makes no sense and everything and changing up and everything for something that may or may not work as well. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to change up some things and maybe try and see if maybe something would work better for you, hey, I recommend that, and I say go for it and everything. But if you have a system that works in place and it works seamlessly for you, great job, keep it up and everything. Okay, now that we have our budget set up here, just like that, looks really nice, it's very functional, and we have like a little bit of, decoration and everything with stickers. Now let's move on to our debt tracker page. Okay, and here on our debt tracker page, I'm going to be using the debt tracker from that same kit from Sarah Marie Stickers. And to start off with, I'm going to simply turn the page like so, and then lift off the debt tracker strip. Okay, and then just like we did with the budget side, I'm going to bring it over here, line it up with the corner and the edge of the top of the page and the side, and then just gently and easily lay it out across the page, just like that, laying it down. All right, and then we're also going to be pulling in the remainder of that yellow skinny strip here that I had left over from a previous kit, and we're going to take it over here and we're going to line it up with the edge of the page, and we're going to lay it down directly beneath that budget title strip. Okay, there we go, just like that, and look how nice that looks. Okay, and now we're going to come over here with our washi cutter, line it up like so, and just tear off the remaining part of that strip. All right, and then I like to just put it over here, just in case I can reuse it for another day for something. Okay, and now for the debt part here, I'm going to keep my page turned like so, and now I'm going to pull up this debt strip, okay? And here we are going to take this and line it up right here with the edge and lay it down right directly underneath that yellow strip. And there, lines up really nice. Okay, and so for my debt section here, I like to leave about 9 spaces, okay? And so I'm going to actually bring over here these other ceremony strips. I'm gonna peel one off. And then, like I said, I need 9 spaces, so we're gonna count down 9. And then we're gonna lay this strip right here underneath, okay? And then I like to leave a couple spaces right here and then lay down my totals, all right? We're gonna take our total strip, leaving 2 spaces, line it up with the edge of the page, and then just laying it out between those 2 lines. And now when you look at this page here from my debt tracker, you'll say, Melissa, why do you have your totals down here and not here where the pink washi strip is? And the reason why is because when I do my debts and everything, I like to list out my debts information up here, and then any kind of debt or anything that I pay off, I like to list right here in this little skinny section here, and then I list out my totals. And for me, it's kind of like a little bit of a trick for me, kind of like a psychological little trick, that here I have my debts, here are the goals that I've done or accomplishments of what I've paid off, or, you know, and things like that, and pertaining to the debt above. And then here are my totals. For me, that kind of gives me the motivation of saying like, okay, even though I have these debts up here, look at these goals I have here, and then look how much less my totals are across the board. It's kind of like a way of giving myself like a pat on the back, saying, great job, keep up the momentum, keep it going, keep it moving, because you're doing great. So that's just how I personally like to do my debt tracker page. You can do yours completely different and everything, but for me, I like to do it that way because, like I said, it gives a little bit of a psychological trick, you know, to kind of keep me the motivation and the momentum going. I'm saying like, great job, Melissa, keep it going, you're doing wonderfully. Okay, and so what I'm going to be doing in this next section right here is I'm going to be pulling in stickers from the Mojo Jojo Plans foiled rainbow boxes, okay? And what I'm going to be doing with those is I'm thinking, let's do some yellow ones. Yeah, so we're gonna go flip through here to some yellow boxes. Yeah, I think it'll be a nice contrast, bringing a little bit more of that yellow kind of tone-ish. And we're gonna go with, I think, the lighter one. So I'm gonna pull just these like little lighter foiled color boxes here. And what I like to do is, again, I'm going to flip this page to the side, and I like to take the sticker and I'm going to simply line it up right underneath that previous strip for the totals, okay? And then we're gonna pull in another box and we're gonna lay it directly next to that other one and lay it down. And this is going to be for my minimum and my creditor, or who I owe money to and everything like that. Those sections going like that, all right? And then I'm going to pull in a little bit thicker of a box, just like so, in that yellow foil. And I'm going to turn my page this way, and I'm going to lay this box down just like so. And this section over here, I like to use for listing off like any kind of like promotion or summaries pertaining to any kind of particular debt. Maybe if you have like a, you know, kind of like a balance transfer or anything like that, you know, or if you're paying off like a certain kind of monthly amount for a debt or anything like that. I like to use that section over here for that kind of thing. Okay, so now we are going to come in, and I'm going to use this bottom. I'm going to bring in this washi strip again. All right, and I am going to just take this at the bottom of the page, line it up with the side, and then lean it down right against that bottom line, okay, of the paper. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of eyeball it with where this would meet up. Doesn't have to be perfect, just close enough. And then with the washi cutter holding that in place, I'm going to rip that strip off just like that, okay? And then I can place this back over here with my other washi strips to use for like another project or something down the road. All right. Now we're going to bring in our pen and our ruler, and we are simply going to line it up and then draw in our lines, okay? So here we're going to have it for the beginning balance of the debt. Here this next section is for what we pay on that debt. And then if there's any kind of interest accrued on that debt. And then finally the ending or new balance of the debt, okay? And now bringing the ruler down here, we're going to line it up between the minimum due and then the creditor section here. And then just lining it up and then drawing our lines down. And then I'm also going to be bringing in one more of those skinny yellow foil boxes. All right, now we're going to flip our page here, and we're going to lay it here at the bottom again. Yeah. All right, this one's not going to be perfect, but that's okay. So we're just going to kind of lay it over there with the bottom of the page and just press it down. And then there we go. And then we have our debt page. And because I completely forgot, we're going to come back over here to our budget page. Okay. And look at those together, guys, so far. Looks great, right? Okay. And then we're also going to be bringing in two boxes of the yellow again, foil. And over here on the budget page, I'm going to place this one right here. And this is for the remaining balance for the month, okay? Which will be like carrying on for the next month to cover whatever bills that I have at the very beginning of July, all right? And then we're gonna need one more box here. And this is going to be placed right here because this is gonna be where I write in my totals for all of my subscriptions and everything, okay? So with that, let's take a look here at our budget and debt tracker pages. And guys, looks great. We have a beautiful little bit of decoration pulled in here, some color with the stickers. We have our divided sections for functionality. And I think overall, again, it looks great. And I just like to do my budget and debt tracker pages just this way, keeping it, simple and seamless. And I love being able to use the next 2 pages out of my monthly layout for my catch-all, for having my budget over here and my debt tracker over here. So let's go ahead and put this in our Franken planner. Okay. And look at here. This is our beautiful budget and debt tracker pages. And as you can see, like I said, it's going to be the 2 pages of notes right after my weekly spreadsheets in my monthly layout catch-all. So I think this is really great. It works really wonderfully, keeping it simple and using these note pages and everything for a very functional purpose of having my budget over here, my debt tracker here over on the right, and just keeping it all, tucked away in one safe place in my planner system. So thank you so much for joining me today, guys. I hope you found this video helpful. If you liked the video, remember to click the like button before you leave. Subscribe to the channel if you have not. It's completely free. And remember to turn on that bell notification. That way you're notified of all my future and upcoming videos. And comment down below, what kind of budget system are you guys using in your planner system, and how is it working out for you? What are some tips and tricks that you have used or found that work for you that maybe can be shared with the community here to maybe assist or provide inspiration to somebody else here in our lovely community? So comment down below, And if you want to, share the video with your friends and family here in the planner community. Maybe they could chime in here on giving some tips and tricks to all of us here in this wonderful community. And with that being said, guys, take care of yourselves, be kind, spread some love, and as always, I'll catch you guys in my next one.